Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel. As usual, back to let you know some of the stories coming out of our camp right now. So there have been a couple of interesting stories coming out from the under-20 camp right now. As you know, we are preparing to go to the World Cup this October, and it's going to be hosted in Chile. So we qualified for that one by virtue of making the semi-finals of the recently concluded Nations Cup of the under-20 level. That just ended, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago. But the task is now focused on winning this under-20 World Cup, which is something that we've obviously not done before. We've not been able to do it before. I think the highest we've gone was taking the second position, and that was back in 2005, if I'm remembering correctly, where Siasia took the under-20 of that year to the final. The squad was very, very special. Included Mikel Obi, Obuke, Taiwo, and the rest. So it was a very, very talented squad. But at the end of the day, we failed to win the trophy because Argentina had a certain Lionel Messi who was coming into the limelight at that period. He really showed himself on that night, scoring 2 goals to cancel out our 1 goal. But this one is going to be different. This one is in October because the mentality is that we can go all out to win this one. Actually, that we can go all out to beat anybody, any of the countries that come our way, and obviously win this one. But for we to do this, we definitely have to be on our A game to do this. I know the last competition we played, which ended I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, in the Nations Cup under-20 category. If you saw the competition, if you saw a couple of our games, you would know that we are lacking in goal scoring abilities. We don't finish our chances. We create a lot of chances, fail to finish them, and then also in defending as well, we tend to concede goals, bits and pieces of goals here and there. But at the end of the day, the biggest issue, which the coach Coach Zuberu has also stated in one of his interviews, is that he needs to find a combination to get this, to get his strikers to start firing on all cylinders. He wants to get them to start scoring goals, which he perceived was the biggest issue in recently concluded Nations Cup. And just to tell you how serious this is for the coach, he has taken the first step towards getting ready for this World Cup. And what he has done now is that he has resigned from his position as the Kanemi Warriors, and now wants to focus solely on being the coach of the under-20 national team, because obviously this is going to give him a lot of time, a lot of freedom to dedicate all of his time, efforts, mindset towards preparing this team and getting them ready before October. Zuberu was obviously a very very good coach, especially when you check what he did with Kanemi Warriors. He actually brought them back into the NPFL, and then also won a trophy, I think the Federations Cup, with them back in 2024. Sorry. But he has decided to leave, the post and focus on the task. So in one of his recent interviews, Coach Zuberu makes us understand that this the squad that he's going to invite is going to be a very, very talented squad, a very strong squad. He talks about the fact that he's going to invite some fresh players, the ones that we didn't see in the Nations Cup that was played in Egypt. He said he's going to get a lot of talented stars and then prepare them early enough for them to familiarize themselves together, know how to play together before they travel to Chile in October. In his own words, he said, "We will be inviting more players to bolster our departments. We must fix the issues we saw at the AFCON, especially our finishing." And then he continues, "Though we narrowly missed the AFCON title, Qualifying for the World Cup is a huge achievement. Now we must look ahead and do even better. So, those are some of the things that the experienced coach has said. And again, the tournament is going to start from September 27th and then ends on October 19th. Chile is going to be the ones to host it. And in the group that Nigeria is, we are in the group F, where we'll face the likes of Colombia, Norway, and Saudi Arabia. I think it's a pretty decent group for we to try and come out from. But again, more of this is going to be coming out regarding that one. Let's move on. Let's talk about Chidera Ejuke, the Sevilla international star. There's actually a video that has been going viral recently, as you can see on the screen. This video is just a normal video, whereby, of course, as is the norm with all of these players, whenever they are on break, they usually hang out with local academy or local football clubs in their area, in their local areas, and then just warm up with them and have fun with them on the pitch. This is the normal thing that we see every time. It's not just with Chidera Ejuke. Boniface does it all the time. Osima does it. Chukwueze, everyone does it. But this one that Chidera Ejuke did recently appeared to have angered a lot of Sevilla fans, and there's a few reasons why Sevilla fans are angry. One of these reasons is that Chidera Ejuke was spotted wearing a Valencia shirt as opposed to wearing his Sevilla Football Club shirt, and the fans didn't really take this well, because they are like, why would you be wearing another club's shirt and make a video and even post it on social media? And it's not just any club, it's Valencia, which is a direct rival of Sevilla. So this is one of the reasons Sevilla fans are not really happy with that video. And then properly in the video as well, he was trying to do some skill to dribble a defender and then fell off in what turned out to be very, very embarrassing. And again, that also angered not just the fans but also Sevilla owners, as well, because it shows that Chidera Ejuke is not properly taking care of himself, in terms of making sure that he uses his holiday to rest and do some, things that would actually help him to be in the best shape for when the season starts or for when the preseason starts. Instead, he's using his free time, his vacation to, let me just put it like this, to go and play rough play, go out in the pitch, local pitch, where it's not even that standard, and then he plays rough play. At the end of the day, if he has injury, he's going to run back to Sevilla and cry that he has injury, and then they'll be the ones to take up the responsibility of treating him and taking care of his health, medical bills, and everything. So these are the reasons why the club is visibly angry, and also the fans as well. But as I said, this is the norm that we see players do. It's not just with Nigerian players, other players, Ghanaian players, English players, Brazilian players. It's just the norm, because obviously football starts from the slum, right? It started from the streets, and there's always the love to go back to play a little bit in the streets, even though you're a professional. So this is what I think has happened here. It's not such a big deal, in my own opinion, the way I'm saying it. But again, you can't help but think about what this might mean to the fans, especially wearing the rival shirts. Which, just to add, this shirt probably was given to him by Omar Sadiq, who this season that finished, he was representing Valencia on loan from Real Sociedad. So it could have been that he got that shirt from his Nigerian brother. But these Sevilla fans are not looking at it that way. The owners are not looking at it that way. They are looking at it as a direct disrespect to them, and they are wondering if this guy really respect the club or is loyal enough to the club to actually continue with the club. This is something that has even gotten worse to the extent that they are wondering if he has a future with the club this coming season. Of course, Chidera came into the club as a free agent, just like Iheanacho this last season, but he's not really had a great season with them. He had a bits and pieces of performances, scored a couple of goals, but had injury as well. So he was out on injury for an extended period, and then came back and played a little bit. The season ended, so they are not quite sure about his ability to transform teams for them to be productive and help them get these goals. And now this issue of a video going viral where he's wearing a rival's shirt. So this brings all the more question about Sevilla, whether they are willing to actually work with Chidera Ejuke or maybe just look for a club for him. But we'll see how this unravels, with the club and their decision at the end of the day, whether they want to sell him or they want to keep him. But I think it's going to be a very foolish reason to sell this guy just because of this video that went viral, because he's wearing a rival shirt and he fell to the ground because he was trying to dribble. But that's the update, guys. More stories coming out later. Subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more videos.